The Honda Ridgeline is one mid-sized truck that is popular among buyers who want to get a truck that drives like a car. That's right, the Ridgeline drives like your typical crossover SUV rather than a pickup truck. By doing so, it avoids many of the problems that pickup trucks have. So if you want to get such a truck, the Honda Ridgeline is the way to go. However, there are some downsides to it that make this truck not sell well. So stay with us while we cover the 7 shocking reasons why the new Honda Ridgeline is not selling. Number 7. Outdated platform and lack of configurations. Let's start with the biggest reasons why this truck doesn't sell. The major problem with this truck is its frame. The frame makes the Ridgeline to be such a unique vehicle in the midsize offering. The model packs a unibody chassis that is borrowed from the Honda Pilot, a midsize SUV. This unibody platform allows the Honda Ridgeline to drive like an SUV rather than a typical pickup truck. So the whole driving experience with the Ridgeline is far more enjoyable compared to trucks like the Chevy Colorado and Ford Ranger. This approach also has some downsides, such as limited towing and payload performance. This truck simply cannot outcompete the body-on-frame competitor trucks. This makes a lot of buyers who are interested in the Honda Ridgeline go elsewhere and purchase something different. In addition to this, the frame that this model has is a very old platform that is dated by modern standards. Although it drives well, the Honda Ridgeline does not use the latest approaches when it comes to construction, and it simply lags behind. This is why we think that Honda should introduce a new generation of this truck in the near future. This is how this model can get the latest technologies, such as hybrid and electric powertrains, modern suspension, and more. Another drawback of the Honda Ridgeline is its lack of configurations available. This model only gets a crew cab with a 5-foot bed. This makes this truck not ideal for work purposes, mainly due to the fact that business owners need to get a more capable pickup truck that will have a decent truck bed. Honda has to offer an extended cab with a 6-foot bed in order to make the Honda Ridgeline more competitive, so more buyers are interested in buying this model. And we can tell you that this will make plenty of buyers extremely happy since they've been waiting for this news for many years. Number 6. Outdated powertrain. Now let's talk about another big drawback of the Honda Ridgeline that makes this model lose sales. This is the outdated powertrain. The powertrain used in this model is very old. We're talking here about the 3.5-liter J35 engine that's been used in the Ridgeline and Honda Pilot for almost 20 years. This engine is naturally aspirated and doesn't really fit in these times when manufacturers are starting to downsize the lineup and offer something more efficient to the table. Just for reference, Ford has its turbocharged EcoBoost engines, Toyota has the turbocharged I-Force engine, and Chevy has the 2.7-liter turbo. All of these engines are using forced induction and deliver plenty of power. Most importantly, torque. The Tacoma and Colorado deliver up to 430 pound-feet of torque. This is a massive performance that really benefits the truck when it comes to towing. For comparison, the Honda Ridgeline only makes up to 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. And as you can tell, there's more than 100 pound-feet of torque difference. But that's not all. In turbocharged engines, the torque is almost instant, while with the naturally aspirated engine in the Honda Ridgeline, torque is not instant, and you will wait a lot until the power kicks in. So customers go elsewhere. They get new turbocharged trucks with engines that make some solid horsepower and torque. This is why Honda has to work on this and offer something better for the customers and avoid losing future customers in the process. Number 5. No hybrid option. These days, everything is focused on hybridization and electrification. Many of the manufacturers in the midsize segment are starting to offer a hybrid. Just for reference, Toyota already offers the Toyota Tacoma I-Force Max. This is a model with a mild hybrid powertrain. Then you have the Ford Ranger, which is going to offer a plug-in hybrid powertrain from 2025. Other models like the Jeep Gladiator and Chevy Colorado should also include one of these powertrains in the near future. Only the Honda Ridgeline is left without a hybrid. This is a really bad sign for Honda because all of the competitors are starting to offer a hybrid and Honda is lagging behind the competition. So what would a potential hybrid model include for Honda? Well, there could be the 3.5-liter V6 engine equipped with a mild hybrid or a plug-in hybrid setup. Or we could possibly see a brand new engine with the hybrid model. No matter what route Honda goes, the important thing is that they have to get a hybrid into the lineup if they want to stay competitive. Another possibility is that Honda will offer an EV model of the Ridgeline. An EV model will be extremely popular in states where EVs flourish, such as California. This model will understandably cost a lot of money, but this money will be definitely worth it for EV enthusiasts. Number 4. Poor towing and payload capacity. When talking about trucks, we must talk about towing and payload performance. There's no way around it. You just need to have a good towing and payload performance in order to enjoy your truck the most. Just imagine that you need to tow your trailer to go on a vacation and you see that your pickup truck is not able to do it. This is a frustrating thing, and this happens very often to Honda Ridgeline owners. This is the case because the Honda Ridgeline is limited to 5,000 pounds in terms of towing. 5,000 pounds is the poorest performance in this midsize segment. Just for reference, competitor trucks such as the Toyota Tacoma, Jeep Gladiator, or Chevy Colorado can tow a lot more. The best performers in this segment are the Chevy Colorado and the Jeep Gladiator. These models are able to tow up to 7,700 pounds. Next is the Ford Ranger, which is able to tow up to 7,500 pounds. As you can see, this is a massive difference between these models. They easily outperform the Honda Ridgeline to a great extent and steal most of its potential sales. This is why Honda has to introduce a body-on-frame Ridgeline in order not to lose sales in this segment. By changing the design approach of the frame, this model can tow a lot more and be equal with the best out there. When it comes to the payload that the Ridgeline can take, we can say that it's pretty poor as well, rated at 1,530 pounds. All of the other trucks can take higher payload, with the Ford Ranger being the best performer in this class. Overall, the Honda Ridgeline should improve in these aspects in order not to lose sales from competitor trucks. Number 3. Average fuel economy. Fuel economy is also pretty important these days. Cars these days are required by default to have good MPGs because gasoline is becoming more and more expensive. The Honda Ridgeline is an average performer. This model gets up to 18 MPG in the city and 24 MPG on the highway. This makes the Honda Ridgeline a decent choice for buyers. But these days, things can be a lot better, especially with these new technologies such as hybrid powertrains and turbocharging. Just for reference, competitor trucks are making far more power, and they're delivering a bit better numbers. The hybrid Toyota Tacoma gets up to 25 MPG combined, which for a pickup truck is a really good number. Overall, there is room for improvement in this aspect. Honda should introduce a new engine to the table, an engine that will make more power and will also be far more efficient than the current offering. Number 2. Outdated exterior and interior design. One of the biggest problems with the current Honda Ridgeline is the outdated design. Both the interior and exterior designs are pretty outdated by modern standards. This model was released more than 8 years ago, and since then, it didn't get many upgrades. This is why this model is overdue for a replacement. Honda should invest in this model because if they keep doing this, they will lose a lot more sales in the process. Not to mention that the trim level lineup is also very limited as well. There's the Sport RTL, Trail Sport, and Black Edition, and all of these trim levels are pretty plain to what they offer. Competitor trucks offer far more compared to the Ridgeline. Number 1. High price tag. And definitely the biggest downside of the Honda Ridgeline is the high price tag. This model costs a lot of money and this price does not do anything good to it. If it was cheaper, there would have been far more sales for Honda. Just for reference, the 2024 Honda Ridgeline starts at $39,750, while another competitor truck, the Nissan Frontier, starts at $30,510. This makes the Frontier $10,000 cheaper, and this truck gives a better truck performance than the Honda Ridgeline. So if Honda still wants to sell this old truck, they should definitely consider lowering the price because for this price, buyers will not buy it for any longer.